Hello, folks. We're live. How y'all doing? Come on in the room. We're going live on Instagram at Moon Vibes Mag. But if you're on Facebook and the YouTubes, then you'll get the I'm sorry, I'm multitasking, y'all. If you're on Facebook and the YouTubes, you will have access to our interactive things. So come on through. Come on up. Come on. Hey, Instagrams. Hello. Come on in the room. We're happy to have you. Oh, it's adorable. I'm pulling up on the Facebooks. There we are. Okay.
Oh, that tea is hot.
Oh, that tea is hot, honey.
Hot tea.
Hot tea. Let's see. Malika wants you all to know that she is a Capricorn. All right, we're just giving y'all a minute to get in the room and such. I mean, and we're also giving ourselves a minute
To get in the room.
get in the room and such.
I just had avocado toast.
Yeah, we just had avocado toast with some everything but the bagel seasoning. So it is my hope and my prayer that they are not in my teeth right now. But everything's gonna be all right. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Who do we have on the Instagrams? I can't see. Y'all, they would not let me wear my glasses.
Hey, Craig. I work with Craig.
Craig. Hey, Craig.
Legacy.
I'm sure he's never heard that before. Craig. No, but I was trying to tell the people y'all wouldn't let me wear glasses.
Yeah.
I just want to see, y'all. I just wanted to see, but they weren't allowing it, so that's fine. Anywho, welcome to Coaching Conversations. My name is Jamie Alilaw, and I'm so happy that y'all are here joining us. So some of y'all may wonder, what is Coaching Conversations? I'm so glad you're wondering. I'm here to share with you what it is. Coaching Conversation is really an opportunity for us to create space to engage in some very important and essential conversations, at least according to my estimations. And this platform allows for me to uplift and highlight and amplify those voices that need to be heard. And those voices are oftentimes voices that are not highlighted and amplified to our own detriment. So, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Most of the time it's Black women. So that's really mostly who you'll see on a lot of my conversations. It's not exclusive to that, but, I definitely have a heart for uplifting the voices of Black women.
Yes.
And that actually, before we do that, this does not happen in a vacuum. And so we just want to take a moment to acknowledge and honor our brother Marsha's HU fam, Chadwick Boseman, who the whole world lost yesterday as he released his fight with colon cancer. And Marsha said something very profound. Will you just share some of the sentiment?
Yeah. So I woke up, actually went to sleep with the picture on my screen of Chadwick, but it didn't register. I saw the picture and I went to sleep, and I woke up and saw it again, and I read the caption that he had transitioned, and I was startled and extremely shocked. I just finished meditating. But what came to me immediately after that was this intense peace and it was almost like he was smiling and he was elated. And I just felt the same energy of peace and calm. And it felt like he was an ancestor already when he came to us in this physical realm, and he chose to come here and was like, all right, let's do some things. And he actually replicated. He honored other ancestors in his acting and created who we perceive as our ancestors through Black Panther.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, he was done with this cycle of his life, and now he's going on to do ancestor work in the spiritual realm.
Yep. And so we honor and acknowledge all that he came back to do in the relatively short time, and celebrate that.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Can I say this again?
Yes.
Fast? Hi, everybody on Instagram. So just a reminder, right now we're not showing the magazine, but we're going to be doing a digital presentation of the magazine. So in order to get that experience, we invite you to go to YouTube, Moon Vibes Magazine. We're live on YouTube right now. So we invite you to go there within the next 5-10 minutes so that you can really see the magazine and all of its deliciousness.
It's delicious.
And
so that really is it, right? Because it's like during this time of pain and loss and chaos and transition and disruption, this beautiful product was born. That we call Moon Vibes Magazine. So we are here today to share with you. We shared the concept with y'all a couple months back. The baby has been born. She's here, y'all. And so we are, today it is my intention to acknowledge all that went into creating this project, energetically, attention and energy wise, spiritually, artistically, just to acknowledge everything that went into it and to celebrate its birth. And so that's my intention. And these ladies are not new to y'all, but I want to introduce them again. So to my immediate right, we have Malaika, and Malaika is a mastermind.
Yes.
She is a boss lady. She is a skilled and talented creator. I hope y'all saw that LOVE that she dropped not too long ago. Her original song. Go ahead and peep that on my Instagrams if you would. But I mean, Malaika is just quiet creation. She's just about it. She just does it. It comes to her and it's like, let's just make it happen. Like she said, she's a Capricorn, so she, of course, was the overall editor of the magazine. It was her concept and such. So we have Malaika. So Malaika, share with us your intention for today.
Well, there's a lot of new followers, especially on our Instagram account. And so I think it's to share what the magazine is to those people, and then for them to get the magazine.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it here, folks. Go ahead and get it. Speaking, I'm being fancy. Guys. Go ahead and get that magazine. Go ahead and get it. Okay, so that is Malaika. Yes, Moon Vibes Mag. And then to her right, we have Marley Mar. We have Marsha. She was like, who am I? I don't know. We have Marsha, who is all things visual and magic. And I'm excited to show Malaika was the mastermind, right? And Marsha was all about making the vision tangible. And so she took her skills, she took her inspiration, she took her light and her magical dust and sprinkled it all together, and we have this fabulous magazine. So Marsha, please tell us, what is your intention for today's conversation?
So my first intention is for everybody to go to YouTube. Go follow Moon
Love
Vibes.
you, Mina.
Moon Vibes Magazine on YouTube. And then
Or
also
Facebook.
just go there, or Facebook, Just go there so that you can see us live. We really want y'all to see this magazine. We're about to present it shortly. So you can stay on Instagram as well.
And also
Pull up your laptop, your iPad, and all of your other fancy schmancy technologies
On
so
your
that you
devices.
can see this magazine. We have it here in the physical. We're going to show it to you digitally. Like, it's sexy. It's legitimately sexy.
It is sexy. And we want to invite y'all, as y'all watching IG, YouTube, Facebook, we want to invite y'all to come and to make your comments. We see lots of cheers and applause. Hey, ladies. So y'all come through, but also ask us questions.
Yes.
Give us feedback. This is a conversation. It's a conversation amongst us, but it's also a conversation with the viewers. So we definitely welcome y'all to come hit us up in the chats, y'all. So the magazine. Malaika, you were the mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
Please remind us about the conception story of the magazine.
Sorry guys. Sorry guys. That was me.
Sorry, guys.
That was me. I just wanted to help you guys be brave.
So it started, I saw this trend on TikTok, and it actually started to liberate African American content creators. And it was called it still is called the Vogue Challenge. And basically they would take like great pictures of themselves, and then they would put the Vogue like font on their screen as if they were the cover of a Vogue magazine. And then I saw this one girl do like basically her own magazine of just pictures of herself. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. That looks really fun. But then I wanted to do more because I'm interested in journalism. And so then I like talked to my mom and just like, oh, I really want to do this. And then talked to my aunt. And so then we kind of all just came together, and it turned into something like 100 times bigger than what I thought it was going to be, because we started like thinking of what we were going to talk about. And there's a bunch of stuff that we like will be in future magazines, but we had ideas for this first one that it was just so much that it would just be a book at that point. So yeah, that's basically how it was.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. So we've got the magazine offered in two forms, right? So we have the physical form, right? And so the thing with the physical form, what would y'all say? Look at that. Look, I mean, just look at that.
She's a permanent.
Look at that. So what do the people need to know about the physical magazine?
So the physical magazine, the cover of the magazine is kind of like a suede. It's a soft laminate. So when you touch it, it feels like suede. It's just extremely yummy and aesthetically pleasing to touch and engage. The pages are about a 70-pound weight, paper language. So it's very quality. It's an upscale version of an in-store magazine. Mm-hmm. And then on the back, you have the QR code. So, I mean, for anybody who's wanting to access the website easily to buy merch, which we'll talk about later, or to engage the digital magazine, you'll have access to it by just highlighting, just using your QR code on your phone to get to it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the physical, there was a lot of intention that went into putting together the entire magazine. And we are all fans of aesthetics and beauty and quality. Mm-hmm. And so, we wasn't doing no basic stuff over here. So like Marsha said, we consider texture in terms of how it feels, and the matte, look at the side. We got the moons. We got the moons on there and everything.
And again, you can get this at moonvibesmag.com.
Yes.
So, you can go ahead and make that purchase. And it really is, in my estimation, it really is like having a piece of history, because it was truly born of this time. And we're going to go through the magazine and highlight some of the things that we featured. But it was created during Rona times. with Rona circumstances and Rona supplies, right? So yes, it really is like a keepsake in that sense.
Do you want to engage some of the questions, or did you want?
Let's see. Yeah, let's see what the people talking about. Okay, Craig. Okay, who we got? I told y'all I can't see.
Oh, that's right. You can't see. Hold on.
I can't see. They wouldn't let me wear my glasses.
Craig, you'll buy the He Wants the Physical magazine. You'll go to Moon Vibes Mag or Moon Vibes Magazine if you forget. They're both ours. Moonvibesmag.com. You'll go to the store and you'll purchase it from there. You'll have the option to do the merch, the physical magazine, and the digital magazine. And then we'll get into the digital part of it in just a minute. And then our cousin Marissa said, who were some of your influences in the magazine and why?
So Marissa, I'm going to ask you for some clarification on that question. When you say who were some of our influences in the magazine, are you asking about some of the people who are featured, or are you asking, and it might be some of all of it, are you asking about some of the influences we had in creating the magazine? I think we're going to go through the magazine and we're going to highlight some of those people. So we'll answer that question as we go. But I think that's a valuable question. Like who, because we had that conversation, y'all. We was having meetings. Okay. And in one of our meetings, we said, what is this magazine? Who are our readers? Like what is the aesthetic? So Malika, will you take us through that process?
So especially at the beginning when we had so many ideas, we were prepared for it to be like a novel almost, but we would equate it to the quality and the amount of content to like a Vogue September issue, which is like one of those thick, like once a year, like really big like magazines. The only difference is for that magazine, it's a lot of ads, and ours has no advertisements in it. It's 100% just content. So you could equate it to that.
Okay, I like that. I like it. So without further ado, we are going to take y'all through some of the highlights of the magazine and share with you just some of our processes and just some of the anecdotes that, some of the anecdotes. All right. So this is our digital copy. So if you were to go to moonvibesmag.com right now and purchase the digital copy, then you could walk through this with us and you really get to experience it, because the thing that's significant about the digital copy is that it is interactive. Yes. So we've got links in the physical copy and in the digital copy. So that you can get to references and just some of the other treats that are within the magazine. When you get the digital copy, you have access to it's interactive. So you can click on the things and it's going to take you where you want to go.
And just a reminder to all of our Instagram people, feel free to stay and hang out with us on Instagram. Also go to YouTube or Facebook at Moon Vibes Magazine so that you can see the magazine that we're about to go through right now.
Yes. Cool. Yes. So we told y'all about the cover in terms of coloring, texture, all that stuff. Marsha, talk to us a little bit about the logo, because you designed the logo.
Oh yes, I mean we had several options that we went through with the logo. The ideas were coming to me and they were based on some things that Malika drew up, as far as crescent moon, as far as incorporating the actual moon into the logo. So I took her vision and played around with it, tore it apart, put it together, and just manipulated it some. We came down to this one because we thought it looked great on our merchandise and it looked good on the magazine. Aesthetically, it could be attached to so many things. It could be attached to the magazine, our record label down the line.
We finna do everything. It's finna be Moon Vibes everything.
Moon Vibes everything.
Coming soon.
So that's where the logo, that's where the energy of the logo came. And I love fonts. I love typography. I love composition, everything that can express or convey a personality of a brand. I enjoy doing. So it was cool to collaborate on that and to all agree on this logo, and it looked good on the magazine, so it solidified it.
It's great. We love that. And listen, feel free to drop your feedback in the
Yes.
in the comments, what y'all think about the logo. I love it. And it is what it is. But we want to know what y'all think too. We do want to know. Okay, so let's go to page 4 or 5. Let's check out the editor's notes.
Yeah.
So we decided, we were all 3 contributors to the magazine, right? And so we decided to write just kind of notes on our experience. So the first one up is Malika's.
Yeah.
So mine is kind of just like reassurance in a way of like what's going to be going on in this magazine. Since mine is the first, I thought it would be a good like almost synopsis of what was going on, and also a reminder that some of the topics can be considered a little heavy, but in the world we live in, it's like not everything is sugar coated or not everything is happy. So that's what the magazine is. The magazine is just all things in life. And so one of the quotes that's in the bigger section says, "Why only pick one color glasses when you have so many other colors of glasses to choose from?" Basically, you get to choose what you see and you get to choose how you react to it and what you do about it. So yeah.
That's it. Mine's is next. And this one, I just really, I had an opportunity to gush on my baby for this concept.
That's
y'all.
me. I'm her baby.
That's, and I mean, funny thing about that, like ever since I found out I was pregnant 18 years ago,
Yeah.
I've been switching up names. And before I even knew her name, I was calling her, before I even knew she was her, calling her Marsha and Malika. So anyway, fun facts into the nuance of our family. Anyway. But mine, I just, wanted to give y'all a little bit of an introduction to myself as the elder. As the elder on the team, just to really, introduce what I wanted my voice to be in the magazine. And it was, I was intentional about not trying to assert it, because we all know, right, like these narratives that can show up like, well, back in my day, and these millennials,
right.
and just all of that. And I'm a Zenny child. I don't know what I am now. Zennial. They be forgetting my generation most of the time anyway. But but I am very passionate about honoring the voices of youth. And so I wanted to make sure that my voice would not challenge, disrupt, or disrespect that voice in any way. And also use this as an opportunity to infuse my perspectives that have been gained. My quote says, "I also experienced much life in my years as an Army veteran, performing artist, business owner, and mother, and I aim to sprinkle my energy throughout." And that's really what it is. It's a sprinkle. So we'll see that throughout the magazine in terms of my contributions. I got some sprinklings, where we got some things in there.
So for mine, things are falling. For mine, I had a few angles for it. What kind of poured out of me was the notion that what came to me a couple years ago was that art would be the healer. And when we're in this time where social injustice is amplified, it's not new, but it's really intense and amplified on top of a pandemic. For us to have this space to create in something so organic and so authentic, it felt like a safe haven. I know for me, writing and doing all these creative things we got to do with the magazine gave me a space to channel my energy. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to ruminate, because I speaking of zodiacs, I'm a Pisces, and sometimes we can get really deep into our thoughts and our emotions. So I channeled that energy into writing and creating and designing. So for me, that and we are so synergistic as a family. So it was a fun opportunity to be us in this
Mhm.
organized space. And this is the final product. Like, this is what it came out to be.
I like that. Be us in this organized space.
Yeah.
Because that structure can be empowering and focusing, like laser
That's what it
focusing
is.
to make something real.
Yep.
Which is what this is, moonvibesmac.com. All right, let's go jump to page 10 and check out the table of contents. All right, so this is where you're going to get the spotlights, literally spotlights of the different sections that are featured here.
Can we
So
move the banner?
which banner?
The
Oh, get the just doing little logistical things.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Because y'all know it's moonvibesmag.com, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about some of the things that are featured in the magazine and how you shared earlier about our process. Like we just started putting some things together.
Yeah, we started like this big Google Doc and just put in all the things that we wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Like there was food in there, there was like all that type of stuff, fashion,
Mm-hmm.
different things. And so then we just kind of went through and hammered out through the ones that we were excited about, all of them, but the most excited about, the most creative juices were flowing at that time.
Yeah.
And that's what we decided on for this volume of the magazine.
So you'll see that we've got artist spotlights. So where we really hone in and we choose some people that we wanted to feature based off of. I mean, we all had our different reasons for the artists we chose to feature, and we all had input, which was great.
Yeah.
But Malika was it's her magazine, so but and I learned things. So we've got so we spotlight YouTube makeup influencers, poets, visual artists, actors, and musicians who we find to be very impactful. So we've got the artist spotlights. We've got Say Word, where you'll find many of our
like
articles
and interviews
and we've got reviews. So I wrote some reviews for some things that I watched, and we call that section "You Synced It." Did you synced it? So we've got that. We've got Sign of the Times, which is just really encapsulating the season that we are in. I mean, these times. And then Cosmically Speaking, which is like the meat and potatoes, even though we're vegetarian.
It's broccoli and potatoes.
It's broccoli, some asparagus. You got some lentils in there. Yes, lots of seasoning.
Protein. It's that protein.
That's where you got in the Cosmically Speaking. So let's go to 1617.
Beautiful.
Okay, so this section is mainly about, the main part of it is about YouTube makeup artists. However, I made it into just the like trend, I guess, of like makeup. So the first part before this part, but it went by, is I talked about like soft girl, e-girl type style, which are just two styles that became really popular over the summer of doing makeup. They're two very drastic looking makeup things. Yeah, let's go. So they're two very drastic looking things. However, they're very similar in how they're very graphic, and they like utilize just looking the way that you look, but like being
use your face,
but like using art to do it. Like the e-girl example has stars and the soft girl has hearts, and even though they're different, they're very much similar. And then another part, it's way at the end, so we don't have to go there yet, but I did an interview with this girl. I think she just turned 18 actually, but I had followed her forever, and she started a cosmetics brand when she was 16, And it started off just lip glosses, and then it grew into lip oils and brow serums and highlighters. She's working on lip liners now. Like, she's just doing it all. And she started when she was 16. And so I wanted to interview her about her process, because she's very open about the fact that she took a break in the middle of it because she got she wasn't motivated anymore, but then she found the motivation to come back up. So I talked to her about that, because a lot of people, especially my age, want to start businesses and things like that, but nobody really talks about the hard part of starting one. So I want to talk to her about that. But some of my favorite parts was doing the artist spotlights for the A Face to
So
Watch.
let's go. Yeah, let's go to 2021.
And so one of them I can talk about. The first person I'll talk about is Jackie Aina, because she's the one who inspired me to go this route. She was the first African American YouTuber that I subscribed to, because it was always like normal to see the white people on YouTube, but I could watch their eye makeup looks, but I couldn't really take their recommendations for anything else. But then Jackie Aina is actually like the same skin tone as my mom, so I could always base off her like foundation shades with me, because I knew I was like a little bit lighter than my mom, so I could figure it out. And she's just very, very, very open with.
That's my mom.
Yeah, but yeah, but she's just very, very open with calling the beauty community out on their racism and their sexism and everything. Just calling them out, and she's not trying to be preachy or whatever. She's just being herself, and she doesn't entertain like someone trying to like put a hole in what she's doing, whatever. She's just herself. Like, if you follow her on Twitter, like, you'll just see it herself all the way through. And then another person is Naima Tang right next to her, and she's absolute. I love her so much, because she is honestly the sweetest person ever, but she will go there. And one of my favorite videos of her is I forgot the exact title, but she's a very dark skin tone, so she bought every single bronzer that Sephora had, and not one of them had her shade. And so she tried them all on her face, and some of them she couldn't even use as like powder for her face because they were too light, like things like that. And so those are my favorite, because it's not her just beating a dead horse, if you will. It's her showing everyone. I spent thousands of dollars buying every single shade, and none of them match me. And she showed us what she actually does use, and it's this small little eyeshadow, and it's not even what she wants to be in a bronzer. So I just appreciate those people a lot. And so in the interactive way, so you can actually press
so let's give context, right?
Okay.
Because you'll look at these pictures and you'll say, Jackie Aina, Naima Tang, that's Jamie and Marsha. And you'd be right, kinda. So one of the things that we love about our process and putting this magazine together, this is probably my favorite part of it, was, we were thinking about, we want to feature these people, but getting clearances on licensing and permissions and monies and things like that, we were like, these is Rona times. We're not doing that. And so who mentioned it?
I think it was both.
I think it was you guys. You
Yeah.
guys were both like, well, maybe we can just reproduce their pictures.
I mean, because we're
as ourselves.
I'm a photographer, but we're all artists.
Yeah.
So Jamie took pictures behind the camera. Malika took pictures behind the camera. We all modeled, but we all
did hair. We all did makeup.
Everything.
Yes.
We all did the styling, like wardrobe. We didn't buy anything for this. We didn't buy anything for this. We already had a white sheet to create the backdrop.
Y'all, I had that. Malika had just gotten that wig. Somebody had sent you this wig. Yep, and it's the same one. It's the same wig for Jackie and Naima.
So in this digital magazine, as Jamie said, it's interactive. You'll get to, at the bottom of each and every one of these pages where we remix their photos, you'll have a photo reference, and you can click the link and it'll take you to the original image.
Yep.
So this is the image that I remixed.
So this is
Naima
Naima
Tang.
Tang.
This is the Naima Tang.
The
Yes.
Naima Tang. Oh, that's so dope. I love it.
Yeah.
And it was so fun.
It was a lot
It
of
was
fun.
really
It
fun.
was a lot
so
of
fun to do.
It was quick.
It was.
Like
Yeah.
each
We did it
shoot
in
day.
a week.
We did
We
it in a
did it in a
week.
week.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you, it was work though.
Oh, it was work.
Like
Oh, yeah, it was
there
work.
was hours.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
There
Hours
were
upon
hours put into
as
that
far as
thing.
shooting, editing,
Yes.
everything.
Oh,
Yeah, we had a
yes.
little schedule and it filled up everything.
We sure
Yeah,
did.
It was fun.
Yes.
We sure
It was a lot of
did.
fun.
Okay, let's go to the next major section, page 28, 29, sign of the times. Okay, so as we mentioned, this is where we really talk about what's going on during this time. So this is kind of like that snapshot of history, mostly from March to July, I would say,
Yeah.
about that time. So we're talking about the coronavirus. We're talking about the uprisings and the murders, and this anti-racist movement. And so in this section, we go to the next slide.
Yes.
In this section, we each featured our own editorial article, and we also featured an article by our sister, our big sister. Shout out to Jade. She also featured her editorial article where we all just really talked about our experience, our personal experiences during this time.
Right.
And, some of us leaned into this conversation around COVID and how that's affecting us. And some of us leaned into the police murders. And some of us leaned into, the politics of, Trump and white supremacy. And so, all of these things are, happening. And we wrote articles about them. And then I also had the opportunity, those of you who watch Coaching Conversations, you may have seen my good friend Tyson Bell, Dr. Tyson Bell. I interviewed him. And so we featured part of that interview in article form. And again, if you want to watch the interview, and if you've got the digital copy, you can click on it. If you don't have the digital copy, again, we have the URL in the magazine, so you can still pull it up. So we discussed COVID and how it's affecting the singing industry. We also had our mom, Hermadia, did a thoroughly curated reading list for those who are interested in learning about and doing the work of anti-racism. And so we titled it Reading as Activism. So y'all, this is a reference guide in more ways than one, because this is literally, this was a labor of love. And we always been like, Mama, what do we need to be reading? What do we need to do? Because she will come to you with a quickness. If you've got a question, or if you're talking about a subject matter that's a source of frustration for you or whatever, she'd be like, you know what, you need to read such and such book by such and such.
Yep.
And so that's what she did. She took that knowledge and she curated this book list and broke it down. Comprehensive history of white supremacy, deconstructing white supremacy in the criminal justice system. So humanizing the Black experience. You've got foreign policy. You've got church and state. Sis went thorough.
Yeah.
And another thing is, on this green page for you guys, there is a collage of, and so where this entire section kind of came about was, I was supposed to do a TV review or whatever, and then the Atlanta protests happened, and I just really wanted to write about it, but I also just wanted to go around, because we are here and we're not doing anything, so let's go around and take pictures. And so we went everywhere that the protesters went, and we took pictures of everything. We weren't able to go to Lenox Mall, but the security guard let us take pictures from afar. But it just started from there, and I just thought it was a little more important to talk about that than my TV review that I had, because that TV show will still be there, but these companies are trying to like rebuild with the quickness so it acts like nothing happened.
Mhm.
But we wanted to take pictures to document that this all happened.
It did, in fact.
It did in fact happen.
So, and you'll see, like, again, this is a heavier section. So we feature pages in between each article that remind you to reconnect to your breathing, to get grounded, to remember love, throughout this section.
Yeah.
Let's go to page 50. That's a jump, a bit of a jump. 50, 51.
Ooh.
There we are.
Okay, so this section was also one of my sections, and this first artist is actually the reason why I wanted to do this section. Her name is, she doesn't put out her birth name, but her Instagram name is Poetry the Feminist, and I just love her vibes so much. She's just kind of like this calm, ethereal type of person, and she has this whole Instagram account dedicated to poetry, and she does these color series every couple of weeks where she'll change the color, and then all of her poems will be about them, and then in between she'll have pictures that she took of different colors and things of that color and things of that sort. And so I thought it would be perfect to put her in the magazine because not many people know about her. And then at the same time, in the next artist is Rupi Kaur, who I found out about because one of my friends for Christmas gave me one of her poetry books. She had no idea what it was about, and I had no idea what it was about. But every year on a specific day, I always read it, and I highlight in different colors every year because every year I find something that sticks out to me, and so then I can look back and see what stuck out to me, because she's really just an amazing writer, and she's also just an all-around creative person. She draws, she does photography, she does graphic design, she does all this stuff. And so yeah,
so those are our poets. Let's go to 54, 55. So this is one of my sprinklings. One of the ways that I wanted to just kind of incorporate my voice in the magazine was these sections called A Note from Your Mama. And so I love the way Marsha designed these pages. She made them like they were Post-it notes. So like if your mom was sending you off to school with a little Post-it on your lunch box. So this one right here, is, I like to talk about this notion of unconditional joy, because I feel like sometimes I feel like we can often get caught in this notion that joy is attached to a person or an activity or a circumstance, when in reality it lives, and it lives within, at the core of your being, and is an infinite source and an infinite resource. And so this is just, this is from my kind of coaching mama angle, where I really just kind of give an opportunity to ask yourself some questions like, what is joy? What color do you imagine joy to be for yourself? So it's just an opportunity for you to interact with this and to maybe reshape your relationship with joy from one that is conditional to one that can be an empowering and rejuvenating relationship for yourself. And then we go into our next artist spotlights, where we highlight our visual artists, or as we call them, our visual purveyors.
And speaking of that, I just want to mention that my aunt did all of the cover pages for each of the sections. I know I was super impressed by the poetry one, but like it fit perfectly with the visual purveyors to put attention to that, because she did all
So
of
she
them.
did all of those graphic designs.
Yes.
Just know that.
Yes.
Just know it. That's all teats.
So the two artists I chose were Jean-Michel Basquiat and Jeff Zimmerman. I chose them too because they're very different. Fun fact, Jeff Zimmerman is actually a white man, but my mom played him. But I chose Jean-Michel Basquiat just because he was very vital in talking about the activism that was going on during his era. And so I thought that was perfect for this. And I also picked Jeff Zimmerman because actually one of the people I went to school with, their family is friends with them, so I was able to see some of his work firsthand that he was doing for their house. And I just thought he was super cool because it's and also with both of them, it's hard to pinpoint what their style is because they just do a lot. So like Jeff Zimmerman does really realistic drawings of people, but also does these very like avant-garde like type of murals and things like that. And so you can find them all in like Chicago. And if you see one in Chicago, it's most likely his. So yeah.
All right. So let's jump to 6061. Cosmically Speaking.
Ooh, that's me. Oh. Yes, this section is all things spiritual, all things healing, all things soothing and comforting and grounding and reconnecting. I'm probably gonna just go ahead and jump in because there's a lot. So I have the first section that says what is a witch, I think because we had talked about titling this section Witchy Things. And I thought it would be a cool foundation. I know the word witch scares some people, but when you extract its basis, it's non-binary, and also it leans into the divine feminism and where we all extend from and where we all come from. Mama Earth, we go to her for comfort. We go to her to eat. We go to her to pray. We go to her to cry. And so the term is based on utilizing the things that you have to heal and to be comforted. So if y'all like tea, if you like lavender tea, if you like mint tea, ginger tea, those herbs come from the earth. It's just, it's simple and basic. And it can see like, ooh, which it is that too. I think it's ooh,
I like
because I like oohs and ahs. And also it is so accessible to everybody. It's through crystals and stones. Got my new baby, my rose quartz.
The rose quartz, we bring the love, y'all.
I sleep with it. And I've noticed that within the last month, my dreams have been clearer. Rose quartz represents compassion, love, and comfort. My dreams have been a lot clearer, and they've been a lot more like pinpointed. They've been more connected. So you can utilize stones and crystals. I have it on page 63. Some of the stones, I use this page. Those are just some of the stones that I own. There are so many other ones, and I have resources in the next few pages where you can go to learn about them and purchase them.
Y'all, this is truly a reference guide. Like, this is something that you hold on to and that you go back to, like, at every turn. Like, what is, I'm feeling this, or whatever, and you can go and you can flip through these pages and you have your reference right there.
Right. Herbs. We were just talking about the herbs. When I was researching a lot of this information, I found out cayenne is one of my favorite spices to use when I cook. I don't even use black pepper anymore, but I learned that it helps to support digestion and menstrual cramps, or cramps in general. And then also, if it's applied externally, it helps to slow down bleeding cuts. Huh? There are just so many different ways to use these things that are so accessible that we use every single day, or don't use, but they're in our cabinet. And these are tools for our sanity and for our clarity and for our peace. And it just brings me back to the fact that this whole project, this whole concept of Moon Vibes Magazine was birthed in a time of, I say chaos. It depends on how you look at it. But a lot of changes and shifts are taking place. So to be able to utilize the tools that are in this magazine and Cosmically Speaking, it really just kind of helps you center in the space of like, okay, as a creative, if you need to come back to yourself, as somebody who's very analytical, if you need to come back to yourself, no matter your personality or where you go, we all have the resources readily accessible to bring us back to our peace and our calm.
I want to invite y'all to drop in the comments if there are any sections that you hear about that you like. Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
Yeah. Yep. I have incense and sage in here. I think a lot of us are engaged with both of those, especially from California. You go to Venice Beach and pick up a pack of incense. That's what
they got the butt naked.
They got they got Michelle Obama now, but they got so many different, these are just like the things that I know we grew up with.
Yeah.
I didn't associate it with spirituality until I got a little older, but I know my oldest sister especially, she had the stones, she had the incense, and as I got older, I realized like, oh, I connect that with home and security and
Yeah.
safety. So use those things that help you feel safe and connected. I talk about full moon and new moon rituals, and we do have a full moon coming up. I want to say September 2nd, but I got to double check that. So yeah, there are some rituals in here as far as channeling the energy from the full moon. It's a beautiful time of manifestation and setting intentions and clearing things. It's a great time to journal and to watch those things manifest through time, through the next 30 days. I have tarot, numerology, astrology in here. One of my favorite parts in this section is the resources. I have apps, different apps that you can add on your phone, books that you can connect with. Some of them are resources that I used in researching on here. We have tarot and oracle decks, which we've been having fun with.
Mhm.
And then I have some websites that are good resources, and then also some good YouTube channels as far as good links to click on for meditation, for guided meditations, or just music. Like we love the sound baths.
Oh yeah,
It's just
singing with
the
singing
singing bowls
my
and just to put it
goodness.
on at
My
night,
goodness.
to bathe, just being in the house, wherever you are. It's just, it sets the atmosphere. So it's wonderful. Oh, well, I mean, we could, sure.
Sure.
But yeah, we do have some. There are some other surprises. I think that
Yeah.
you just kind of
We
get to
you're
experience.
gonna have to
when
get
you
that when
the
you get the
magazine.
book.
Yeah,
You're gonna get that when you get the book.
Um,
I think go ahead, jump
Ooh,
to 80, page 80.
All right, y'all. This is another favorite part. So again, we said the digital magazine is interactive, but note also that the physical magazine will give you the option to access all of our playlists. So sprinkled throughout the entire magazine, we have playlists. Malika created a YouTube playlist with some of the influencers, the beauty influencers, that you can click on that link and gain access to her playlist. The rest of it is musically based. So we have My People, which is after the section talking about the sign of the times. One of the favorite ones that we are very excited about is the Zodiac playlist, which comes after Cosmically Speaking. If you see,
So what's the concept?
So the concept of this playlist is I put together a playlist based on zodiac signs, and it's featuring all artists who based on their zodiac signs. So Aries, oh my God, Aries was heavy. That was I want to say Eric Clapton. Oh my God, the faces. I'm seeing the faces, but the names are slipping. Of course, you had Jill Scott, Aretha Franklin. There's so many heavy hitters in Aries. So it's fun to see the different artists based on their zodiac signs, because for me, Pisces, I recognize. It's like, oh, that's why I like Janae Aiko so much, because she's just so
she's got
mellow.
that vibe.
And then Amel LaRue and Erykah Badu and Rihanna, all those different things. It's like, oh, they're all Pisces. So when you get to your zodiac sign, if you want
But
to
Rihanna got that Aries moon. That's
she
why.
does. But so do I.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. That's what I'm like. So she got that fire that we like. Oh, yes.
So we're going to take you to, let's do Sagittarius. So I have each of these, what we did, we made each of these interactive. So you'll click on the zodiac symbol and it'll take you to the Spotify playlist. So if you have Tidal, you have that option as well. And then for this playlist, because there's so many playlists, if you do want it on Tidal, just email us and we'll send you that link. But for everything else, you can literally just click into it yourself from the magazine. So that's Sagittarius. You have Taurus.
Who are the Taurus grades?
I know. I was just about to say.
Oh, Adele.
So you have Adele. You have Chris Brown.
Okay.
You have Sam Smith, Janet Jackson. It's like, Stevie freaking Wonder.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, Taurus.
James Brown.
Okay.
And also what we did too, we included we did some groups. So some of the members from the groups, they're all different signs, right?
Yeah.
They're included in these different. Lizzo.
Wow. Right.
So it just brings everything. And listen, it's a mixture of genres.
Yeah.
It's a big old pot of.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We listen to all kinds of genres. So.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, y'all!
Great.
I mean, listen.
Yeah.
This entire publication is amazing. But if you're looking at price, like just the playlist, okay,
in and of itself.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's very exciting.
And
okay.
just a reminder that this is interactive on every playlist in this magazine. If you have the digital version, you can click on the link for each of them. If you don't mind, let me go to one more playlist because some of them have different formats. So this one, for example, in order to play this playlist, you would click the play button. This is how you interact with this particular playlist. But all the other
with
ones,
your high flying self.
Yeah. So that's big fun.
Okay, so let's look at page 84. I'm gonna say this Instagram.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I've just put it in the comments, but this will be ending soon and we will be letting it end.
Yes.
And so check us out on our YouTube.
YouTube, Facebook,
Yes.
Moon Vibes Magazine. That's where you're
Yes.
able to see the magazine anyways.
Yes.
Okay, so page 84, 85.
Okay, so this one is the actors page, which script by my aunt.
I mean, you just
Yeah, I remember like when we were going through it and just proofreading it, I was reading it as if it was actual script, and I was just like, I don't recognize what this is, and I was like, oh right, she made it up. Right. Yeah.
It's like what script? Where'd you get this script
This
from?
one.
What's this one?
I just want to add a comment from Marissa. She says, "This so dope, yo."
It is.
Word.
But I chose two actors actually. We all three of us played men in our.
I mean, just
yes.
God love you.
But but these two were the ones that I really resonated with how they present themselves. Like Lakeith Stanfield and Luca Sabat, they both are very much. They both seem like they're the people that they play in their shows or movies. Like they seem very like low key, just very go with the flow type of situation, especially Luca. And so I just thought to highlight both of them because they're super cool, and I aspire to like have Luca's fashion taste and like and all this stuff. And I learned so many new things, especially about Luca and how like his family is actually like a fashion like type of family. Like they're all photographers and all this stuff. And he said when he was little that he did not like taking pictures, and now he's like this fashion icon, and things of that sort.
Sorry, bud.
So, but yeah, and it was really fun being him
Yeah,
and
she
taking
did
his
an amazing
pictures.
job.
It was so fun. And it was so fun taking Lakeith's picture. Yeah.
Yes, so Malika photographed me as Lakeith, and then I photographed her as Luca. But she served. Like, that was super fun.
And check the tattoos.
Yeah.
Again, graphic design by Marsha.
Yeah.
She
it's
did
dope,
that.
y'all.
She did that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at where we going. Where are we going? The next page.
Oh, yes.
88.
Here we go.
This
So, okay.
yes.
So this idea came from Michael Shea's. He's on SNL, but he did a stand-up comedy gig that you can see on Netflix, and it's called Michael Che Matters or something of that sort. And so he was just talking about how there are certain things white people can't say, and there are certain things he knows that he can't say. And one of them was screw the pooch. And I was just like, where do these things come from? And then like within 2 days, we had a whole list of words that we had no idea where they came from. They were absolutely ridiculous. So
we came up with this section. What the what? Like, what are you saying? So we're like, screw the pooch. Excuse me. What did you do to who?
Why?
What and why? Why are we doing this to the pooch? So we picked a few of these sayings or these words and researched, the etymology. Like, again, where do these things come from? How are they born? How are they used? To try to make sense of it. I'm gonna be real. I still don't get the screw the pooch because that had a sordid development. I was like, I'm gonna let y'all read that on your own. But I'm like, why are we doing this to the pooch?
Let the pooch be.
Let them be, guys.
Yeah.
So, but that section is
Yeah,
so fun
that's
to
fun.
me. It's the what? Excuse me. Okay, let's look at page. It flipped the next page. So this is
Before
our
we
next
go on,
section.
We love you, Instagram. Go to
Bye.
YouTube.
Go to YouTube,
Y'all
Facebook. Y'all look good. Hold up.
Facebook and YouTube. Go to Moon Vibes Magazine. Get the book, get the magazine, and the digital magazine.
And get the merch.
moonvibesmag.com. Woo!
Okay, we're here. So now we're talking about
Our
Dang.
second biggest section.
yeah, and
I
I'm
know.
like, oh, I wish they could, but we might pull them back.
We'll see.
We'll see. No, we
Share
don't.
the
No, we're
IGTV.
Share, yeah. Share, 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 share. This is a little song break as we share. Oh, no break. Okay.
Break the break.
So this next section, this is the most vast artist spotlight section because music.
Yes.
We're all music. I mean, it is what it is. So who we're listening to. So we chose artists, we chose musicians that we found to be impactful, that we enjoy their music, that there's conversations to be had. So we did a special feature where we feature rapper Too Good, and an interview. So we did an interview with him, and I conducted that interview, so that was great. But let's flip through.
It was, I guess I could tell you with the Billie Eilish one. It's funny because that was the last day that wall in my bedroom was blank. Now it's filled with a bunch of pictures. So it's funny to see that picture because my room will never look like that again.
No.
But it was really fun doing that one just because I could have like been a little like, I don't want to, like I won't go all the way, or I could have did what I did. And so it was
She
really
committed.
fun. Yeah, it was really fun. My toe had a cramp for a little bit, but I was okay. But it was just really fun to go all the way because she did. So why can't I?
Yeah.
Let's go to the
next one.
Yeah, I want to talk about this real quick.
Oh yeah.
Doja Cat. So,
Yes.
just to tell you again about our process, and as we are defining what we want this magazine to be, right? So we picked artists and we're doing it, and I had written up, my thing. We had taken the picture. Malika was cute. We was ready, okay? And then comes out that our girl Doja Cat has some problems, has some issues with the blacks, okay, which can be quite confounding because she is one of the blacks, but she was found to be a participant, an active participant in some alt-right chat rooms and such. And so when this stuff started to come out, we were like, do we need to cut this out the book? Because we certainly don't want this magazine to be affiliated with alt-right ideologies, right? But then we talked about it, and it was like, well, we talk about things, right?
Yep.
So rather than just pretending like we didn't take this really cute picture and write this, dope little section, we decided to talk about it. Mm-hmm. And so in this section, I went ahead and I'm like, listen, this is the music, and also this is a problem that has come up because we talk about this notion of cancel culture. That's a whole nother conversation because there's a difference between cancel culture and accountability, right? But we talk about this notion, and it's like, okay, let's go ahead and put it all out there rather than pretending like it doesn't exist. So. Right. That's what we had come up again when we're doing these things in real time and people are being real people living real lives. We then get to decide how we are going to interact with that, because we could have chosen to be like, nah, this is not going to be in our book. And I think that would have been a valid choice. But I think we, in that moment, helped to further clarify and define our purpose to engage these conversations.
And also the thing is, we like her music, and she collaborated with a lot of people who are actually in this book, and collaborated with a lot of people who we love. So
that's the original.
Yeah,
that's the original.
original.
I mean, she's cute. we got to do something with that. So let's skip forward to yes. Let's skip forward to 100 101. There we are.
Yes.
There we
So
are.
actually, the K Tronado one was the very, very first artist spotlight picture we took.
Yes.
We decided to do it, and my aunt was already basically wearing this outfit, and she's like, "Let's go outside before the sun goes down," and we just took the picture the day that we decided we were doing this. So yeah.
Marissa was like, "Yikes!"
This is the original.
Yes.
It's just fun I'm having fun with the interactive magazine. So y'all excuse me.
Y'all just excuse us. We just playing. But it's so fun. Like I still am mesmerized when I go back. Like we look at the pictures and it's like these are dope pictures.
Right.
And then when we go back and interact with the side by side, it's like y'all like
to capture.
We did that.
Yes, to capture the same vibe and energy of the original picture. That in and of itself was a project.
Yeah. And it was really fun going through because there are differences in our faces with everybody. And we could have just like did Photoshop or whatever, but we really played around with makeup. Like for Janae and Ruby Core, I did my mom's eyebrows.
Yeah.
And my brows.
And it was really fun.
Y'all, that was the
eyebrows.
That was the first time I've ever in my life been complimented on my eyebrows. So I felt a kind of way, but then I was also like, but you right though, because they're really cute.
Yeah.
But that happened. Let's go to the next page where this was a fun thing for us also because we had a few opportunities to feature trios.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So we all got to show up as members of the group. And to do that stuff. So that was really dope with King. And because King, two of the members are twins. Right. And then so that was cool. Which is funny because it was who are the twins?
It was me and her.
Oh, y'all two were twins.
So Anita and Paris. This is Paris and this is Anita. They're twins in real life.
Right. But then we played the twins
And
Arnell and
Melissa.
Melissa. Yeah, so the genes. That's what happens. But let's look at the next, like right next door to it. So this was also another section in the group that we had throughout. I mentioned earlier, You Synced It.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a few shows, movies that I watched, as we were all binging Netflix because artists saved our lives and continue to save our lives, right? So we will honor and respect the contributions of artists in every medium, right? So I was binging, things in March, and I came across Love is Blind. So that was one of them. And so as we were discussing like some of the different ideas we can have in the article in the magazines, I was like, okay, well, I can do a couple reviews because I'm watching this show right now and I got some things to say. And so as you can see, I had some things to say. So this is a pretty elaborate review, and we had a couple more throughout. And we do y'all the courtesy for a couple of these reviews. We'll put spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it and you want to seen it. If you want to see it, then I behoove you to honor the spoiler alert because I just put it out there. I just told you what happened, when, where, why, and how. So if you synced it, you synced it. If you ain't synced it, then don't get yourself into trouble. Okay, let's jump. Okay. Now we can scroll through. You can see, these other artists, but let's get to 114, 115 to our.
Oh yes, here we go.
Merch time.
Yes.
Look at this fashion sketch again by Marsha because she just does these things. So merch. And it says coming soon. Y'all, the merch is here. As you can see, right? We rocking some of this merch. Come and get you some of this merch.
She's tickled.
Oh, guys. But anyway, y'all, we're so excited about the merchandise that we have available in our merch store at Moon Vibes magazine. Moon Vibes. Hold on, guys. I told you I just want to see moonvibesmag.com. Y'all check out the merch store.
And right now we are having limited edition clothing items.
We're gonna be fancy right quick.
We gonna be fancy right quick, y'all.
Yes.
Right quick. We keep telling y'all to go to the website. We gonna take you to the website. Come on through.
So there's the permanent Moon Vibes
So
shirt.
you will forever and always be able to get
this shirt.
This shirt.
This
It's
shirt.
classic.
This is a
as well-
classic.
along with the magazine and the digital magazine and
Yeah.
some stickers.
Yes.
And we
Mhm.
have limited edition merch, including this cropped sweatshirt.
There you see
Very
her in
cute.
it.
This crop t-shirt. It's
That
embroidered.
So that's one of the things that I especially love about this, because the supplier that we use, the quality
Yes.
of the clothing is magnificent.
Yes.
Like, we was pulling it out the back because we had to go ahead and order samples first, because we want to make sure,
Yes.
because we not, again, like we said, we're intentional about aesthetics and quality. And so we wanted to make sure before we put it out there. So we did that, and we're pulling them out of the bags, and we're like, yo, the way that it feels, the tag, I ain't gonna take it off now, but I mean, the tag on the shirt is just so cute.
Tagless.
It's tagless.
On
It's
this
just
particular
printed.
women's
It's
cut
tagless.
shirt.
You just have to believe that, because I'm not gonna contort to get that out there.
Also, this hat.
You got that hat again, embroidered dad hat, distressed dad hat.
And we also have some joggers.
Yes.
In
So
two different
So
colors.
they're unisex.
Yes, they're unisex.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So we definitely invite y'all to go through. And the
And
socks. I
And
have the socks, guys. They're
Yes,
so
they're
comfy.
so thick, so perfect
Yes.
for about to go
We're
into
going
the
to
cold season.
fall, y'all. Mm.
We don't do low budget quality in anything. Literally, if you can do the digital and the physical magazine, I
That's
suggest
worth
it.
it. That's worth it.
But this tangible magazine, it's an experience. The
Right.
texture, the quality, the socks, the sweatshirt, like the fleece, the lining.
Oh yeah. It's fleece,
It's
y'all.
So
It's
comfortable.
fleece.
I wear it in the summertime. You can wear
Right.
it whenever you want to. Summer, spring, fall, like whatever you do, you do
Yeah.
it. T-shirt. I mean,
Yeah.
t-shirts. Wear it around the house. Wear it out. It's a very comfortable.
But I
very
mean,
convenient.
we were talking about this earlier, right? Like, I'm in a place now, like, if I'm gonna wear a t-shirt, I'm gonna wear my
Something good.
t-shirt. I'm gonna wear one of my homies' t-shirt, like somebody else. Like, if I'm buying a shirt,
Yeah.
I might as well buy it from somebody that I know and love, especially if it's looking right.
Especially, and just add to it black owned and black female owned.
Come on. Come on.
That's just what we do.
We're just putting it out there.
That's just what we do.
Support Black women.
Yes.
Listen to Black women.
Yeah.
Respect Black women.
Ashe.
Yeah.
Protect Black women. Ashe.
Yeah.
That's it, y'all. That's it. So what y'all think? What y'all think about this here magazine? Oh my God, yes, King. Oh yes. You know what? That makes sense, Marissa, that you love King.
Yeah.
Because they're
This is it. Go ahead, Queens.
y'all. So that's it. That's the magazine. That's the process. Y'all, y'all can tell. We are so proud.
Yes.
And
yes.
if it was only us with the magazine, reading the
That would be
magazine,
good.
we would be so proud.
Yeah.
It's one of those things though, where it's like, this is for everybody. Like, it blesses us, and this is an opportunity for it to bless and to do its work in you. So I'm just saying, just go ahead and bless your life.
Yes.
Bless your mama life, your
Mhm.
cousin life,
Friends.
your friends.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get your copy,
Mhm.
get your friends' copy, or send them to the website, moonvibesmag.com. Marissa says she finna order. Get it.
And it comes with a very sexy,
Yes,
Y'all-
it
hard
does.
cover.
We make it an entire experience.
It is. It's yummy.
And maybe some goodies inside.
Maybe we'll see. So let's share with the folks as they're following us, we invite y'all to follow us on all the social media outlets. So we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Twitter,
I think we have a Snapchat.
Snapchat.
We're on IMDb.
IMDb.
You can Cash App us.
You can Cash App
We
us.
sure can.
All of it at Moon Vibes Mag.
The
all of
hashtag, the Cash App, what is that? $, Moon Vibes Mag.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if
All
y'all
of
just
it.
want to send us money, we'll take
That's
it.
great.
Yeah.
And and I told them I'm thinking about starting a campaign called Buy Me My Merch. Y'all, we have so much cute merchandise, and I want it all, and I'm gonna get it all with your help. So buy me my merch. You know what? I'm gonna post my sizes, and we can connect. You hit me up if you want to buy me my merch,
And
I
make sure to buy you your merch.
buy you your merch. You can buy us.
Buy
Buy
us.
us. Buy us my merch. Got no sense. But it's all good because you can follow us at Moon Vibes Mag wherever you follow people.
Yes.
TT, tell us about what you got going on, where we can stay in touch with you.
So I am back in business as far as doing tarot readings.
Yes.
So you can follow me on Instagram at Mellow Neptune Waters. I'm also on YouTube at Mellow Neptune Waters. My personal Instagram and Twitter are at genres_of_art. So yeah, inbox me. If I know you personally and you have my number, feel free to text me.
Text.
Yes, and so we can, yes, so that if you have any questions about some of my packages as far as what I offer for readings, for how long, what you want to converse about, if you have specific questions, whatever it is, tarot or oracle reading based, please contact me. I'm excited.
Yes, she is back in business. And then we have Malika. What you be doing on the social medias?
You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Assalamu Alaikum. If you want to be informed about everything that's going on, whether it be environmentally, politically, activism-wise, follow me on Instagram. If you want a good laugh, follow me on Twitter. And also the same for TikTok.
Oh, you be funny on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, but for real, like on Instagram, she be calling people out. Like,
Yes.
don't make Malika have to at you. And she will at you. If you are out here appropriating people's cultures, sis will at you and write a dissertation. She
10
will
pages.
10 pages, and she will point you to how you can do and be better. Okay? And then there's me all over the place. We've got my website. We've got so this is the thing. I do all of the things, right? So I'm a leadership and life coach. So if you want more information about my coaching and all of that stuff, you want to connect to me on that level in terms of speaking engagements and all of that, follow me at my From the Core Coaching, Facebook, Instagram, and also my website, fromthecorecoaching.com.
Mm-hmm.
You've also got me as the artist. And so you've got my performing website, jamie-alilaw.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook, Jamie Alilaw, YouTube, Jamie Alilaw. You've got Sang Miss Jamie Instagram. So, really, I'm the only one in the world that has my name. So just type my name in the Googles.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come up.
Yep.
Anyway, she's the only one with her name too.
Yep.
I couldn't have planned it better if I planned it. Oh, somebody got something to say? Let's see.
Some love. What song is that?
What happened?
Marissa, her comment.
Give me some love. You got me feeling some type of way. What's that song? It's in my head right now. Marissa?
I feel like you had just been singing it. Maybe that's what it was. Well, while we remember the name of the song, remember to go to moonvibesmag.com. The physical print magazine is there for purchase. and the digital magazine is there for purchase, and the merchandise is there for purchase,
And the limited merchandise.
and the
is there.
limited merchandise is
for
there
a
for
limited amount of time.
Yes.
So you might want to go ahead and get on that. So if you want that little crop, if you want that little embroidered situation, look at that. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that. Y'all, we are ashamed, and Malika most of all. She's most
I didn't try to
ashamed
guess.
because that was Malika's song
Marissa
that Marissa was quoting.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I know that song. That's a banger. I know that song.
I know that's my ringtone.
But she's the writer, guys. She wrote it. She's most ashamed. Hang your head, Malika. It's your song. Y'all, I mean, but it just kind of goes into the we're not gonna sit here. We're not gonna sit here and wait for me to repertoire. It just goes into the repertoire, you know. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, I know that song. Oh God. Give me some love, you got me feeling some type of way. Get it some hard and mind and go away. That's how you know it's a good song. This is like, wait, what's the words right there?
She said, "I'm hollering."
I don't know.
That song is a bop.
But it
Yeah,
is.
it's a bop.
It's a whole bop. If I had been prepared, I would have had that on the play out.
That's fine.
But
We'll
that's
do it next
fine.
time.
We're fine. We'll do that.
But on the
next time.
play out, what we're gonna do is go to moonvibesmag.com.
moonvibesmag.com.
And then, just go ahead and follow us on all of our
Yes,
platforms
all of them.
because you'll get a chance to know when the limited edition pieces are going away.
Yeah.
You'll get a chance to know when there are some more pieces that we're including, which we will be including some seasonal pieces.
Yes,
soon.
seasonal pieces. Y'all keep an eye out. We've been talking.
One of my favorite piece of
Are
clothing.
you about to give it away?
No, I'm not.
We're
But
not
it's
gonna
my
give it
favorite.
away.
It's my favorite.
We're not gonna give it away.
I wear
We've been
every day.
talking about seasonal, and we've been talking about
Oh, yeah.
holiday stuff. Y'all. We told you it's about to be Moon Vibes Earth thing. Moon Vibes Earth thing. Okay?
Yes.
So, y'all, visit moonvibesmag.com. Follow us on social medias
Yes.
so that you can stay informed.
Yes.
Tell a friend. Crack a bear, bring friend.
Yes.
Yes.
And y'all just have a beautiful weekend. And just remember
Yes.
to love,
Mhm.
share light, and to be kind.
Yes. Ashay. We love y'all.